Welcome back to Mr. Fandom Lore. Today, we're going to talk about one of the biggest questions to come out of the Backrooms movie. Is Pirate Clark actually the real Clark? Ever since audiences met the terrifying pirate-like creature lurking in the Backrooms, theories have flooded social media trying to explain its true identity. Is it simply another monster, a twisted copy, or could it somehow be the original Clark himself? Let's break down the evidence. Before we begin, this discussion contains major spoilers for the Backrooms movie. In the film, Chiwetel Ejiofor plays Clark, a struggling furniture store owner who once dreamed of becoming an architect before life pushed him down a very different path. As he ventures deeper into the endless maze of the Backrooms, he eventually encounters a horrifying creature dressed as Captain Clark, the pirate mascot from his own furniture commercials. Fans quickly gave the entity a nickname, Pirate Clark. At first glance, the resemblance seems impossible to ignore. The creature wears familiar clothing, moves with unsettling purpose, and appears connected to Clark on a deeply personal level. Naturally, many viewers wondered whether this monster might actually be the real Clark, while the man we've been following is only a cop. Based on the information presented in the film, however, that interpretation doesn't appear to be the intended one. The more widely accepted explanation is that Pirate Clark is a distorted creation produced by the Backroom. Rather than being the original person, the entity functions as what some fans describe as a still life, an imperfect recreation built from memories, emotions, fears, and unresolved trauma. The Backrooms seems capable of reflecting parts of those who enter it, creating manifestations that feel both familiar and deeply unsettling. In Clark's case, those emotions revolve around failure. Before becoming a furniture salesman, he wanted to pursue architecture. Instead, he found himself trapped in a business that constantly reminded him of opportunities he never achieved. The cheerful pirate mascot he used in advertisements became a symbol of everything he believed had gone wrong in his life. That symbolism makes Pirate Clark much more than just another monster. Rather than representing physical danger alone, the creature embodies Clark's guilt, regret, insecurity, and self-hatred. It's a version of himself stripped of humanity and transformed into something monstrous. Viewed through that lens, the confrontation becomes psychological as much as it is supernatural. One of the film's most memorable moments arrives near the ending. Clark appears to accept the creature instead of running from it, almost as if he's finally confronting the darkest parts of himself. For a brief moment, it seems like reconciliation might be possible. Instead, Pirate Clark attacks. Rather than finding peace, Clark's attempt to embrace the monster leads directly to his death, suggesting that simply accepting destructive aspects of ourselves isn't enough to overcome them. Many viewers interpret this as one of the movie's central messages. Of course, not everyone agrees with that reading. Across Reddit and other online communities, alternative theories continue to gain attention. One popular idea suggests that Pirate Clark existed before the human Clark ever entered the Backroom, and that the person audiences follow throughout the film is actually the duplicate. Supporters point to details like the final confrontation and the physical violence between the two versions as possible evidence that the story has been misleading viewers from the beginning. Others connect Pirate Clark to earlier Kane Pixel's lore, comparing him to entities like the bacteria and suggesting that the Backrooms has been creating human-like imitations long before Clark arrived. Another interesting theory proposes that the Backrooms gradually studies its victims over time. Instead of instantly creating perfect copies, it may slowly observe a person's memories, habits, and emotions until it can produce increasingly accurate versions of them. If that's true, Pirate Clark could represent a failed imitation that became trapped somewhere between human and monster.
While these ideas remain speculative, they highlight just how much room the film leaves for interpretation. Many fans actually prefer that ambiguity. By refusing to explain every mystery, the movie encourages audiences to project their own fears onto what they're seeing. That uncertainty is one of the reasons the Backrooms concept has remained so compelling ever since it first appeared online. The design of Pirate Clark also plays an important role in making the character memorable. Rather than relying entirely on digital effects, much of the creature's appearance was achieved through practical performance work by 7'7" actor Robert Bobber-Trisky, whose towering physical presence gives the monster an unsettling realism that CGI alone might not have captured. Every awkward movement and unnatural posture reinforces the feeling that something is almost human, but not quite. And perhaps that's exactly the point. Pirate Clark isn't frightening simply because of how he looks. He's frightening because he forces both Clark and the audience to confront uncomfortable questions about identity, regret, and the parts of ourselves we'd rather leave buried. Whether you interpret him as a supernatural copy, a symbolic manifestation of trauma, or or something even stranger, he has quickly become one of the most memorable horror creations to emerge from the Backrooms universe. The fact that fans are still debating his true nature long after the credits roll shows just how effective that mystery really is. So what do you think? Is Pirate Clark nothing more than the Backrooms reflecting Clark's deepest fears? Or could the film be hiding an even bigger twist? Do you believe the monster is just a copy, or is there evidence that we've been following the wrong Clark all along? Share your theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear your interpretation. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Mr. Fandom Lore for more horror explanations, Backrooms lore, internet mystery deep dives, and movie analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.